Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Brooks, and I'm a senior lecturer here at Keele University. We have a wide range of state-of-the-art facilities available for students for conducting projects as well as for learning practical elements in the taught modules. I'm sitting in one of our facilities right now. This is the Brain Electrophysiology Lab, where we're kitted out to do EEG experiments as well as simultaneous eye tracking. We have high-performance computers that allow us to do computer simulations as well as present visual displays with high-speed accuracy. We also have access to transcranial magnetic stimulation devices, brain electrical stimulation devices like TDCS and TACS. We have other eye tracking labs including iLink 1000 labs, virtual reality laboratories, and various laboratories across the school for measuring behavioral performance. So on our program, we draw staff from the School of Psychology as well as from the School of Life Sciences. Within psychology, we draw staff mostly from the Cognition, Brain, and Behavior group. This group focuses their research expertise on things like memory, perception, attention, eye tracking, EEG methods. We also study patients with neurological diseases such as Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's disease.
Staff from life sciences can support projects involving more molecular or cellular approaches to neuroscience. For instance, some of our staff study how long-term potentiation changes with aging using rat models. Others study the role of genetics in psychiatric conditions and cognitive functions, and how the nervous system regenerates after injury. If you want to know more about staff research interests, our course webpage has links to staff profiles where you can learn more. You don't need to worry about coming up with a project on your own before you arrive. Students choose their dissertation and apprenticeship projects once they arrive and have a chance to get to know more about our staff and their expertise.
The research staff in the department are wide-ranging and very knowledgeable, so being able to study lots of different areas of psychology with people who know a lot about those fields is what really attracted me to the MSc program, because I want to build skills in those areas.
So the program is made up both of taught modules as well as research modules. The research modules on the program include the research apprenticeship and the dissertation project, where you work one-on-one with staff members to execute projects within cognition and cognitive neuroscience. The taught modules form the foundation for those research modules. In particular, we have two modules that cognitive students take. One of them is an advanced study in cognition and cognitive neuroscience module. This module is focused on exposing you to a range of methods as well as topics within cognition and cognitive neuroscience. We do focus on the theoretical aspects of working with cognitive neuroscience methods, but we also place a big emphasis on practical, how you do things with cognitive neuroscience methods. One of the assessments for the Cognitive Neuroscience Methods module is a practical skills assessment, where you have to take what you've learned about using cognitive neuroscience tools and cognitive neuroscience software and put that to use in an assessment where you're given an experiment that you have to design and program, and the assessment is that. Rather than writing an essay about it, you actually make the experiment and submit it as part of your assessment. So we want you to leave the course knowing how to do things and not only just talk about them. All students on the program do a dissertation project with a member of staff where they investigate in depth a particular aspect of cognition or cognitive neuroscience. But one of the aspects of our program that is unique is that in addition to the dissertation project, they work on another project, a research apprenticeship project. This is again with a member of staff working on a staff project investigating another aspect of cognition and cognitive neuroscience. So this means that you get the ability to study two aspects of cognition and cognitive neuroscience in depth. You may be able to work with different methods in the two projects, so you may be able to work with eye tracking in one project, whereas you work with EEG in the other project.
So the parts of the program I've enjoyed the most, the first one's been the dissertation module. So being able to work on a project that I'm interested in and to be able to design a study and work with somebody in the department who has research experience in the areas I'm interested in. My interests lie in brain injury, attention and sleep. So having a chance to actually work with somebody who has worked on those things before has been invaluable research experience. I've also had the opportunity to work in the EEG lab as part of a research apprenticeship module, which has been fantastic because I've been reading about these things for years and I've always wanted to get experience in those areas.
Students from our program progress on to a wide range of different types of careers. Some are interested in pursuing careers in academic research or industry research, and so they progress on to higher levels of research training. For instance, they may do a PhD. We've had several students go on to PhDs in excellent programs, including Keele and further beyond. Some students are more interested in applications in industry, government, or military research. There is a lot of room for students to bring their knowledge of cognition and cognitive neuroscience into the labs of these domains as well, trying to predict behavior or performance, or understand how government policy is implemented, design interventions around improving memory. Some students go on to teach or work in the teaching enterprises as well. Given the knowledge of brain injury, some students want to go on and work with brain injured patients in support roles or working for charities or other organizations that support people with brain injury. One emerging area of interest is the area of behavioral science, where industry wants to predict behavior in particular situations or in response to products. This can include things like marketing or neuromarketing. There are definitely options in these emerging areas for people with degrees in cognition and cognitive neuroscience.
I would encourage anybody who has an interest in cognitive psychology or neuropsychology to consider the MSc at Keele. I found it really good for developing my research experience and also my personal skills, and the knowledge and the opportunities within the department are really good for anybody who wants to take any route in psychology.